Alright guys, so today I'm going to be tightening up my alternator belt on my wife's Scion XA. It squeals a lot, especially when she's got the AC blowing or when the car first starts up. And usually the squealing goes away, but it's really annoying at first. People give her looks and say, hey, your car's broken, something's wrong. So I'm going to show you guys how to tighten it up today. Should be pretty simple. First off, you need to get your supplies, and you're going to need a Sharpie or something to do some markings with. You're going to need a bolt and nut set. This is a M8 by 1.25 inch with the corresponding nuts and bolts, and I use a little washer, crush washer here. You're going to need something to pry with. This is just a little pry bar, and I like to use some gloves so that I don't get all greasy and nasty. You're also going to need a 12mm socket and ratchet. I'm also going to recommend disconnecting the battery just to be safe so that belt doesn't start up somehow and take your hand into it. So you just loosen this up with the 10mm, pull it off, and you're good to go. So here's the engine of the Scion XA. This is a 2006, and you can see we've got the alternator here, and above the alternator there is a hole right there that's for a threaded bolt. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take our bolt and we're going to put it through there, and we're going to get it secured in place with the nut on the other side. Actually, for me, it turned out there's already some sort of a nut that they already have there, and I didn't need to put the nut on it myself. It was already in there. So I'm just tightening in this bolt, and that's going to give me what I need to pry on with the pry bar to pull back the alternator where the belt is attached to, and we're going to tighten that thing up. So now what I need to do is loosen this right here. So I'm going to pull out my ratchets and loosen that up. So now this is your time. Get your gloves on if you like. Get your socket and ratchet. It's going to go right there on this 12mm bolt, and you're just going to loosen that up. You don't have to take it all the way off, just loosen it up. Now what you're going to do with that Sharpie is you're going to make a mark on this metal part that connects to the alternator, and you're going to draw a line across there so that we can see how much we move it when we start to pry it back. And it's going to show us if we've actually tightened it or not, and if we have, how much we've tightened it. So now's the time when you're going to get out your pry bar, like I got right here, bam, and you're going to put it in up against the alternator and against that bolt, and you're going to pry it back, and you can see how it moves just by prying it just a little bit. It might be kind of hard to see in the video, but it does. So that's what you're going to want to do. Pry it back and tighten up this bolt that we loosened before, and you're good to go. Tighten that back up. When you're done with that, we're going to go over to the battery, put it back into place. Once it's back on, tighten up that 10mm one more time. Let's start it up, see how it works. So what I want to do is blast the auxiliary items like the AC. Let's get that going. Get it nice and cold in here, and we're going to see if it squeals or not.